Football found its next king, and the whole world believed his name was Neymar. Before he turned 20, he was already carrying the hopes of an entire generation. Every touch, every dribble, and every goal made fans believe they were watching history. Many believed Ballon d'Or glory was only a matter of time because Neymar seemed destined to rule world football. But football had a very different plan waiting for him, one filled with injuries, pressure, and painful setbacks. The player who was expected to rule football slowly became the game's biggest what if. From the streets of Brazil to football's greatest what if. This is the unbelievable rise and fall of Neymar Jr. Neymar was born in Mogi das Cruzes, Brazil, where football wasn't just a sport, it was a way of life. From a very young age, the ball seemed glued to his feet, and everyone around him knew he was different. He spent countless hours playing street football, where creativity mattered more than tactics. Those narrow streets became his first stadium, and every match shaped the player he would become. At just 11 years old, Santos FC offered him a place in their academy. It didn't take long before coaches realized they were watching a once-in-a-generation talent. As a teenager, Neymar wasn't just scoring goals. He was entertaining thousands with fearless football. Every dribble embarrassed defenders, and every match created another unforgettable highlight. Soon, crowds packed stadiums just to watch him play, and football legends started paying attention. Many people called him the next Pelé, believing Brazil had found its next football icon. Europe's biggest clubs fought for his signature, convinced he would become football's next global superstar. But Neymar stayed patient, waiting for the perfect moment to take the biggest step of his career. In 2013, Neymar finally made the move the football world had been waiting for. He joined Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in football history. For the first time, he stepped onto the Camp Nou pitch, ready to begin a brand new chapter. Every match in Barcelona showed exactly why the world believed he was destined for greatness. His incredible vision, fearless dribbling, and breathtaking creativity made every attack feel unstoppable. In 2015, Barcelona conquered Europe by lifting the UEFA Champions League trophy. Neymar wasn't just part of a legendary team, he was becoming one of football's biggest superstars. Many believed the Ballon d'Or was only a matter of time, and that his greatest years were still ahead. But deep inside, Neymar wanted more than success. He wanted to build a legacy that was completely his own. That dream would soon lead him to the biggest and most controversial decision of his entire career. The football world stood still when Paris Saint-Germain triggered Neymar's record-breaking release clause for 222 million euros. He became the most expensive footballer in history. To millions of fans, leaving Barcelona made absolutely no sense. But Neymar wasn't chasing money. He was chasing his own legacy. He wanted to prove that he could become the best player in the world on his own. The pressure was enormous, because now every expectation rested on his shoulders alone. For a moment, it looked like Neymar had finally become the player the world had always expected him to be. He dazzled defenders, scored incredible goals, and reminded everyone why he was one of football's greatest talents. But then, one painful moment changed the direction of his entire career. The injuries kept coming, and with every setback, his dream slipped further away. Every comeback gave fans hope, but every injury took that hope away once again. Instead of dominating football, Neymar spent more time fighting his own body. The dream of winning the Ballon d'Or slowly faded. The world started questioning what could have been. Then came the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Brazil believed this would finally be Neymar's moment. He scored one of the biggest goals of his career. For a few unforgettable minutes, the dream felt alive again. But Croatia ended Brazil's dream. Everything was decided in a heartbreaking penalty shootout. For Neymar, it was more than just a defeat. It felt like another dream slipping away forever. Soon after, he left Europe for Saudi Arabia. Many believed his greatest chapter was already over. But even there, injuries continued to follow him. Every comeback ended with another painful setback. The boy who was once destined for greatness was now fighting just to stay on the pitch. Neymar's story isn't just about trophies. It's about a talent the world may never see again. He inspired millions with his magic and made football look like pure art. Very few players ever could. Some will remember the goals. Others will remember the unforgettable skills. Moments that football fans will never forget, but many will always ask the same question. What if injuries had never happened? We'll never truly know. Could he have won the Ballon d'Or? Could he have become football's greatest player? We'll never know the answer. And that's what makes his story so heartbreaking. Because sometimes, talent alone isn't enough. Football can be painfully unfair. Football gave Neymar everything, but it also took away his biggest dreams. A price no player ever wants to pay. Yet despite everything, the world will never forget his name. His legacy will live on forever. Neymar didn't fail. He simply became football's greatest what if. Every football fan will remember Neymar differently, and every memory tells a different story. Some will remember the goals, others will remember the magic, but one question will always remain: what if injuries had never happened? We'll never truly know the answer, and that's what makes his story unforgettable, because every legend has a story, and we're just getting started. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe for more unforgettable football stories.